So now that we've reviewed those sort of the top 5 categories of dialogue, or at least, sorry, the first 5 categories of dialogue, let's try out some examples of coding for them. Once you have selected your own categories or category of dialogue that you want to focus on in your inquiry, you'll need to collect your data. So I'm going to play a video recording from a mathematics lesson of a year 6 class in England, and I want you to pretend that you are conducting an inquiry into how often students in this mathematics class are using the dialogue categories of building on, inviting building on, and challenging. Below this video, I've included a Word document titled Video A Coding Tutorial Document, and you should download that now. So you can pause this video to download it on your computer and just read through the instructions at the very top of that document, and then you can click play once you have it up and ready to use on your computer and you've familiarized yourself with how to use it as well. Okay, so you should now have that document open and ready to use. When I play the video, please use that document to record any examples of the codes that I mentioned. So whenever you can identify building on, inviting building on, and challenging, you will need to record it. I'll play the video via my recording software in order to keep this tutorial as just a one video resource. But if you can't hear it, just pause this and follow the link below this video to watch it on your own instead. I've listed the video as video A for coding tutorial, so you can just click that link and then it will just play in your browser instead of just going through and watching it on this particular resource.
Okay, I've got some little cards for you, and I want us to put them on our number line. This number line says 0 kilograms and 1 kilogram. So we're going to come up and stick them on our number line where we think they go. So my first one is 300 grams. Who thinks they know where that might go on my number line? Aria, come and explain why you've put it where you've put it.
Halfway between 0 kilograms and 1 kilogram, there'll be 500 grams, and I think that 300 kilograms would be closer to the 500 grams, so I think that's where it should.
Would it be helpful to mark on halfway?
Yeah.
Pop on halfway then. How else could we be really specific about where 300 grams could go? Matthew?
If you looked at it, 300 grams would be a lot closer to 500, as Aria said. Then it would be to 0 kilograms. So it would be further. I think it'd be further along.
So you're disagreeing with where it's going at the moment. You'd like it moved closer to 500.
I think I agree with that.
You agree with Matthew. Go on then, move it if you want to. Okay, Dillis.
I think it will be because 0 is bigger than 0. Is 0 bigger than 0.9? Would it be before the 0 kilogram?
Okay, good question, Dillis. I like your questions this morning. What do we think? Which one is bigger, 0 or 0.9? Cody?
0.9.
Because?
Because 0 would also be 0 grams, but 0.9 kilograms would be 90 grams. And 900 grams, and 900 grams is bigger than 0 grams.
Okay, Dillis, in this number there is 0. There's no units. If I put a decimal point here, there'd be no tenths. This number is bigger because I've got a 9 in the tenths. Michael?
I also got confused with what Dillis did, but the only reason it confuses you, it won't be confusing if you convert it to grams.
Okay.
Because right now it looks like it would actually be smaller, way smaller than 1 kilogram. It actually looks like it will be closer to 0 kilograms.
I agree. And the problem we've got is we've got this one recorded in grams, and this one recorded in kilograms, which is why it could be confusing. Which is why it was really good that Ashton said this is 900 grams. So if this is 300 grams, halfway is 500 grams. I know 900 grams is nearly 1,000 grams. It's a really good tactic, Michael. Thank you for spotting that. Really good tactic to convert them to the same unit. So this is 300 grams, this is 500 grams or halfway, this is 900 grams. I'm going to write 900 grams underneath it. And that, Dilys, might help you spot it.
Okay, so take a look at your answers. Were you able to identify different categories of dialogue within this clip? What was particularly challenging about this exercise? And did you have to play it more than once? A challenge for live coding is that it's easy to miss things. You may want to pause the conversation to really think. Or were you actually able to capture everything that you wanted to capture, and you think that you really got a good overview of what was being said? This might influence your preference for whether you decide to live code in your own setting versus recording it through audio or video or both. Well, hopefully both. It wouldn't make much sense just to do it by video, but you would do that and then you would later transcribe it, like you'll see in that activity sheet. That's been transcribed based off of a video and audio recording for you to then code. So, depending on what you're looking at, how much time you have and permissions for recording in your setting, you can make a decision that makes the most sense for you. So here are the completed codes. Now, I really love this example of classroom dialogue. We see and hear the teacher really clearly explain the activity to the learners, which was for them to place cards with weights expressed in either grams or kilograms on a number line. She invited students to place cards on the line and to include why they placed it there. The teacher continues to encourage students to develop their ideas and respond to others' ideas. She also builds on others' contributions, like in turn 277 that you can see there, the last line on the right column. So take a look at these codes and compare them to what you have recorded. You might want to pause this video to do so, but are there any differences there, and why do you think that's the case? And just to also say that the other reason that I really like using this example is because it showcases the potential of having an object for co-building. In this case, it was the number line. And the learners had to annotate and complete this collectively. And it wasn't about who was right, but rather about contributing in order to achieve the common collective goal. So it wasn't just the teacher facilitating the dialogue. The task itself really helped create an environment for rich dialogue to take place. There are more observations as well included in that activity document at the very bottom for your review that indicate other areas of dialogic interaction from the clip if you would like to review that in a bit more detail.